Hello, it is a pleasure to be on your space. There is this trending video of Pope Francis. Unfortunately, we put man in replace of God. When they go wrong, it ends up breaking us. Personally, for some reasons, nobody is God, and you can never be God for me. The difference is that God can only use you for my sake, not take that place of God. This is the problem. The moment we realize this, the beginning of our living. I have my reasons of going to the house of God. Hear words of God, the word that can help me become better. I really don't go to church for problem or for anything because this is how or why we fall victims of certain things. This is why we got hurt. We get hurt in the house of God. Let's stop seeking the face of God when we are in need. Seek the face of God because He's worthy. He is our maker. And then build this relationship with God that He lives in you, He lives in me, He lives in us on a daily basis, not when we are in need. God is not a spare tire. That's, we ride with the tire, our choice of tire, and then when it failed, then we look for spare tire. No, no, no. If we realize to build this relationship with God, know that God is always with us, know that we have access to God. It is matter of, living an intentional life. Whether being monitored or supervised or not, is not to live this life because, you've been watched, and then people turn around, is opposite. No. Yeah, definitely, I understand there are private lives and the, public lives. Okay, but I'm talking of the integrity, the uprightness, and all that. It's matter of, again, being intentional with our way of life. And guess what? We have that relationship. We build that relationship that nobody take monopoly of God. Nobody tells you he has more access, to God than you. It's about relationship. Build that relationship, okay? That even when you have challenges or when you are in trouble and all of that, God works for you. God, He is always there. He knows it. Sometimes you may not even pronounce it. Just that feelings alone. He directs us. He inspires us. Inspiration. God talks to us. God actually, He talks to us. But how do we know this? It's about relationship. It's about covenant. It's about that intimacy with Him. And then it will save us so many things that when people fail, maybe in the name of being a priest or being a bishop or being, and all of that, when human nature, fail them and all of that, and then we have it on our head. No. So we go to church to worship God, dance unto the Lord, to serve God, to, pretty much that temple, kind of that a place, that special moment. We serve God everywhere, but that's particular because there is still, we still need the gathering of, brethren, for our spirituality. We need it. It's a need. Okay, so that should be what it represents, but not a place to go and pour our needs and command God and, do all the requests, then command Him on things to do. No, it's a place appreciation. With that, you're not going to even notice. It's hard for you to even notice who is the bishop or pope or priest or whatever. It's hard because your intention of going there is different. So it is hard. And with this, you are protected. You are God. You are, it's hard it's hard for you to be hurt. It's hard for, those, will I call them representatives, that are supposed to be, representing that Christ, for you to feel always certain because you won't see many things. You won't see many things. You go there for a purpose, achieve that purpose, and go home because what? You equally have that access. If for any reason you are down and this and now want to reach out, for whoever you want to reach out, is on just reaching out on a particular thing, and then you can do that. But the honest truth, if we choose intentional life in this life, I'm telling you, Most often, that you think you can get out there, you actually have access to that. A child of God that has relationship with God, yeah, you can now maybe share things, but with your mental intact, with your mental status intact, and then you can maybe get some uplifting and some directions and all of that. Yeah, that's okay. But then placing them as God, doing all of those, you're going to be hurt over and over and over. You are not God and you cannot be God. God can only use you for my sake. And you don't even have to be a priest or a pope or a pastor for God to use you for my sake. God can use no one, nobody, for my sake. So I think this is part of our challenges, especially in regards to this trending video of a teen. Does that mean maybe it's right and all of those? No, but that's not the essence of this video. This video is pretty much the way and how we place people in place of God. Or maybe thinking some people have more access to the throne, of God than us. Anyways, I'm going to stop here. It's already a long video, but this is Chris Lucci Initiative, giving life a meaning.